Ndị be anyị ekene m unu. Asị m nke onye chiri ya zere. Ihe a bụ Ada Igbo ka ị na-anụ olu ya na Igbo Media n'ụbọchị nke taa. N'Igbo Media anyị na-ewetara unu ọtụtụ ozi gbasara Biafra land maka ihe na-eme n'ala Igbo na mba ndị ọzọ. Ozi nke ụbọchị nke taa si n'aka Deputy Prime Minister Ngozi Orabueze. Otu o si ewetara anyị ọtụtụ ozi gbasara Prime Minister Simon Ekpa na ọtụtụ ihe ndị ọzọ ha na-emegasị na Finland iji wee mee ka this our Biafran struggle ka ọ bụrụ ihe nwere isi. Biko ọ bụrụ na ụbọchị tata bụ izi na-esonyere anyị n'iru akwụkwọ, biko echefuna itinyela anyị aka n'iru akwụkwọ, gwakwa anyị ihe iche na comment section and gbasakwa ozi a ka o zuo ụmụnne anyị nọ ebe dị iche iche arụ. Ngwa gere ya ka ọ ha n'uju.
Called Nigeria because they are Biafrans. Tinubu and Christopher Musa ordered them to be locked up. We have to continue to raise money to bail them as much as we could. That is not acceptable. We also raise money to ensure that our military, they continue to protect our land from these invaders sent in by Tinubu and Christopher Musa. I want to use this opportunity to let Biafrans know there are some people who are paid by the Nigerian state that have met maybe one or two commandos in Biafra land to tell them to publicly come out and say that people should stop raising funds for the United States of Biafra government. And those commandos, they talked to me. And the reason they gave was based mostly on the misinformation from these criminals paid by the Nigerian state to stop the protection and the full restoration of the United States of Biafra. According to this individual, he believes that he has been with NNAMDI. He has been with Simon Ekpa, our Prime Minister. He has a different assignment that he wants to do. He also said he is with the United States of Biafra government. But we have a defense team. And over time, not just myself, the defense team has been able to test the veracity of what this individual says, to be able to ensure that we all work together to remove these terrorists that come to our land to kill us. But for some reason, because this individual listened to these paid agents of the Nigerian state, some of them pretend, parade themselves as also ex-Briggy cabinet members or freedom fighters. But behind what they do is to collude with the enemies of Biafra, like Elias, the so-called lobbyists, and Dabiri, the ones that have sued the United States of Biafra government. They work, they collude with them. Then they tell this individual in Homeland to go and announce, because he is a commander we respect, that people should not donate to the United States of Biafra or to Dr. Ngazi. Sometimes they personalize it to me, but that shows how ignorant they are. That the restoration of Biafra is not about an individual. It's not about NNAMDI. Neither is it about Simon Ekpa. Neither is it about me. It is about the wish of the people to be free from a country that reintegrates non-terrorists and continue to kill its citizens. So that came to my notice. And that is why specifically the United States of Biafra is going to call on somebody like Butuzo. This government respects this individual so much. We respect him so well. He is the commander in Homeland, supposed to be. But because he is being misled, misinformed by some faceless individuals, the one that call himself Biafra Unite, somebody that have no face, I've never seen, not in the time of our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa, that you have faceless individuals coming out just because our Prime Minister is not here to pretend as the freedom fighters, colluding with these state agents of the Nigerian state to disrupt what we are doing. And I've done reports that the United States of Biafra government is not giving somebody, we're not giving them resources. And therefore, these faceless individuals are trying to collude with him to, oh, let's go and raise funds and give it to us. So let's do this. But Biafrans must know the truth. And the truth is today, between February and, remember, immediately after our declaration, the one called Success, he was fired because it's not true. It's not genuine. What some of us saw 7 months ago, some of them are seeing it just right now. But some people like Obi and Kerry, the ones that are paid by the Nigerian state, they collude with these individuals to be pretending with alias as if there's another government. There is only one government, the United States of Biafra government, the Briggy and the de facto, headed by our leader, NNAMDI, Prime Minister Simon Ekpa, my humble self, Dr. Robertson. Anything, anywhere, by anyone is fraudulent. It does not exist. I promise you. They never wanted our declaration in Finland. Most of you heard and saw what they did in Finland. All the plots, which they've confessed publicly. They have a plan 1, they have plan 2. And their plan 2 was to ensure that this declaration never happened. They confessed it with their mouth. But thank God, that did not happen. We were able to declare our independence. We were able to let the world know we are a free nation. Even when many thought that it will not be possible, we did it. From that moment, we have followed every template that was made for the restoration of this government by our Prime Minister. The committee that would take up the running of the new nation was established by our Prime Minister from day 1 of the declaration. And those are the people you see in the United States of Biafra cabinet. They failed in Finland to stop the declaration. Tinubu was not happy. Christopher Musa was not happy because the money they paid them did not achieve the results that they wanted. So what do? After the declaration, they started their chaos. They formed. They put themselves together, called themselves Briggy. No, they call themselves Briggy. Because my daughter. There is nothing like just Briggy. We are a government. The Biafra Republic government in exile was registered, was a stepping stone for us to get the United States of Biafra. The United States of Biafra is a new nation. When they could not stop the redeclaration of Biafra in Finland, they jumped into the homeland. Some of the military started manipulating them, told them to down the tools, started manipulating, destroying, lying. They did that briefly, but the spirit of Biafra was in charge. And at the end of the day, all the lies they were telling to those on the ground, they discovered that these are agents of the Nigerian state. That's why they all abandoned them. They abandoned them all. They've abandoned them. And what do? They now came up with the CRC, which many of us know that on a well-constituted Briggy cabinet meeting around October 2024, the Briggy cabinet members, through a vote of about 21 to 9, dissolved the CRC last year. These criminals paid by the Nigerian state, colluding with alias to confuse those they could confuse. He told them to go ahead, let him start another CRC, let him look as if there's another parallel existing something anywhere. And they constituted themselves into this chaos you all see everywhere. Fake CRC. And they went into this either election or selection to say they select Ogenkere or elect Ogenkere, whatever it is. But there was just no basis at all for their existence. If they were truly following the orders of our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa, but they never respected that. No. It's all about their selfish interests. They don't care. How can you build a nation when you don't follow the order of your superior? The person you claim you are following, the person you claim is your leader, the person you claim you were running around when he was around, praising him, calling him my boss, calling him all kind of names, praising him, eye service, that's all they do. But you never respected that establishment which that your boss was working for. No, you don't respect that. They went ahead and constituted themselves into these nuisance you see that parade themselves on Twitter, calling themselves CRC or whatever. They have no basis for any existence because CRC was dissolved by a well-constituted meeting of the Brigade Cabinet around October-November 2024. So what you see they are doing is what the Elias and the Nigerian state that is making them to stop us. That's what they advise them to do. And now, a few months after that, what do? The advisory committee or BSC, whatever they call themselves, the Prime Minister dissolved the advisory committee around March, April of 2024 because of the individuals. This is this thing you see him doing now with Ruben Nadi, they've been doing that long time ago. That was why the Prime Minister dissolved the Brigade Advisory Committee, of which I was a member. Because of this, their behavior, lack of discipline. All you see is chaos everywhere. But we cannot carry such chaos into our new nation. So the advisory committee that the Prime Minister dissolved, they reconstituted it. The CRC that the Brigade Cabinet members under PM dissolved, they reconstituted a fake one. All to distract what we are doing, all paid by the Nigerian state and this Elias, their agent. How can Elias, the so-called lobbyists, be part of a government, be part of their government? They put Elias, who's supposed to be just a lobbyist, into their own because he has an agenda to ensure that they continue to disturb some of us, which they failed on arrival. Now, where are they? Biafrans and the world, ask yourself, where are these criminals? Where are they? That chaos you see them building, that's all they built around the Prime Minister. 247, that he was so tired of all of them. He was just waiting for the right time to sweep all of them out. But God has a way of doing things. God, in his infinite mercy, has done it in a miraculous way. And Biafrans are seeing it. That chaos you see they bring, no respect for authority, no regard for Biafra, nothing. When Benjamin Omadubugo Chike does we are pretending to be fighting for Biafra, some people thought that they were real. It is only when NNAMDI left that people now saw the criminality of these individuals working closely hand in hand with the Nigerian state to stop Biafra restoration, working closely with the legitimized governors of the Southeast and South to stop Biafra. That is their only plot. Thank God they failed. It is the same thing that they use some of these individuals to be doing right now. So, between February and April, I had a meeting with Butuzo. Very nice guy, very nice person, nice young man. But the Nigerian state will always use somebody inside to try and attempt to destroy individuals inside. And what I'm saying is not for repercussion or anything, but I want Biafrans to know so that when anyone is saying anything to any Biafran, publicly or privately, ensure you are saying the truth. Because only the truth will lead us to the path where nobody can tamper with. I met with Butuzo and I let him know now we're running a government. Maybe in the past, maybe there was a plan whereby you people are just doing your own thing and again, genuine people. And then he believes they have these few of them, federal camp, about 3-4 of them, and we don't have any problem with that. But the thing is that now we are government, we must all work together. We must all work cohesively to ensure that what we need comes very, very fast. And he was very, very happy. And I see about the 90%, I can say 90% of compliance, happiness in what we are doing, which the government truly appreciates. But because people have been working with different people in the past, We don't know their commitments. I don't know. I cannot solve a problem I don't know. I cannot help anyone. I don't know their problem. The cabinet cannot solve a problem they don't know where it's coming from. That was why the cabinet of the United States of Biafra gave everyone, every commander, we gave them the time to really think through everything they are doing and do the right thing. Nobody is forcing anyone to do anything. But the government have a structure that must be followed. The government have a structure that cannot be tampered with. And we believe that structure is to safeguard the security of everyone, but our military, our people, and the whole country. So he was open to that. But every now and then, it seems there's something that is just making him sit back, which I believe, I don't know, only he can tell Biafrans. Every now and then, we discover this little laxity. And this attempt that because they have the gun, they will be the one in charge of the government, not the other way around. And I don't blame some, coming from the place where they've been all along and what they've known all along. I truly understand. It will take a lot of reorientation and orientation for them to really understand how the runnings and functioning of a government works. And I'm really open to that. But I'm not going to be open to the point where it becomes something that's a tool for revenge or a tool for destructing what the government is doing. So between February and April, whatever he demands, we give it to him based on the resources that we have. And also based on the point that with time, we will be able, the defense team, again, I'm not telling any commander to come out openly for anything, because we have these criminal elements inside and among us 247. So security and safety is my number one priority for all Biafrans. I scheduled meeting, Zoom meeting 3 times with Butuzo. He failed it. He didn't show up in those 3 meetings. The first one was supposed to be a question and answer session with Biafrans. It is important, anyone occupying such a high position in Biafra land, that you make out time and talk to your people. You don't have to show anybody your face. But occupying a position like the Commander General of the United States of Biafra, it is critical, it is very important that you talk to Biafrans. During that question and answer session, we invited him, the cabinet invited him. He refused to do that. He didn't talk to Biafrans. On a second time, I scheduled a Zoom meeting to meet with him and these few other individuals that work with him. He refused. He didn't come to that meeting. The defense and I, we scheduled another 3rd meeting. And my thing is not about meeting or no meeting, because I already know where everyone stays. The decentralization of the United States of Biafra military cannot stop. Nobody can do that, because that is what the structure of our government requires. And I am very, very happy and excited where our government is and where our able-bodied men and women, where they are in building the protection of their states. So even in the states where they are, we still have the commands in those areas. My only thing is that we all must work together to move quickly in what we need to do. The equipment, the resources, the venues in those areas we are built by Biafrans. By Obatobie, it is our fundraisers that raise all that at every step of the way. So it all belongs to Biafrans. Anyone working for Biafra must be accountable to Biafrans. So again, I don't know what his mindset was, but he's okay.
Ndị be anyị ngwadalụ nnekwu si wee soro anyị na n'ilu akwụkwọ na Igbo Media beba si wee wetara onye bụ ozi. Gịnị ka ikwu gbasara maka ihe ndị a niile anyị wetara n'ụbọchị nke taa? Kabara ketụsa ya bụ ozi ka ọtụtụ ụmụnne anyị dọzọ n'ebe dị iche iche ntị, maka ọ sị ọ nụrụ sị ma gịnị ya kara nwanne ya. Ngwana ka emesịa na ụmụnne m.